We are back with Jason Smith with Smith's Fishing Adventures, and we are sitting here waiting for these lovely ladies, Heather Smith with Heather Smith Outdoors and Ashley Deadeye Jones from the Swamp People, to show up. So Jason's telling me what we're going to be doing today, which was different than our first visit with him. So Jason, I want you to tell us what we're going to be doing today, what type of fishing we're going to be doing, and show us how that's different than what we did when we were together. All right, what we got going on today, brother?
Today we're going to be dragging baits. We're going to be using a Carolina rig with a, some people call them slinky weights. I use mine. Mine's climbing rope and lead shot. That's a 3-ounce weight right there. It's about 10 inches long. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the trolling motor to pull us through the lake, and we're going to be pulling baits. So what I mean by pulling baits is we're going to be dragging these weights through the water with this peg float, and basically rides just like this. As you're dragging this weight, it hits a brush pile, it goes up and over, and it pulls your bait up and over that brush pile. And the goal of that is during the summertime, these fish are not as, they're not as congregated. They're spread out throughout the lake, and you find that if you're pulling baits through the lake, I'm presenting bait to those fish. I'm not sitting in one spot hoping those fish come to my bait. So it's a lot more productive summer style of fishing.
And that's just because of the warmth of the water? Is that what
yeah,
that?
The warmth of the water and just the high temperatures make those fish, you know, energetic. So you have fish in shallow water, you have fish in deep water, you have fish in 10 foot deep and 50 foot of water. So those fish are everywhere, chasing the bait that's everywhere in the lake. So doing this, you're able to present those baits to those fish by you know, targeting the fish instead of sitting there waiting for them to come, like an anchor method.
Gotcha. And so here we're here in middle of summer, basically. and so what would you say, so for somebody who watches this and think to themselves, man, we gotta book an excursion. What is ideal? What are we fishing for this time of year? So we're talking late June, July, maybe August. What is somebody fishing for this time of year?
I'm fishing for walleye and crappie mainly this time of year, and the blue cat bite after the spawn is just starting to turn on again. So it's starting to pick up really good, and that's what we're targeting this time of the year. Is starting to target blue cat again, and just coming off of the hot crappie bite, which is this time of the year.
And if somebody wanted to book with you, remind us again, what's the website?
It's mofishingguide.com. My Facebook is Smith's Fishing Adventures, and you can call me at 573-268-4082.
Let's go show these out-of-towners how to catch some fish at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Let's do that.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
Here's a sneak peek of some of the fishing that we did with Heather and Ashley before we got to the interviews. Check it out.
Fuck. Oh damn, and she's Mike. See? It is good luck.
I don't know how good he was, but how about this, you know, rod holder?
Oh boy, that's a good sign.
Man, she's just look at how easy. Ashley, come on, make it look like it's hard.
Go get the net. Good? Okay, let me get the net.
You get the net. I'm just playing.
I believe she's just playing with you.
Show him. This is a good fish right here, though. Seriously, he's giving me a good fight.
Good fish here. I want you to go under there. Go that way.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice work. That's nothing compared to something you noodle, though.
Not if you
That's
noodle
still
30
fun
days.
rod and reel catch all day. If you can feel it right here, that's a fun fish to catch.
Ooh, look
You're
at
like,
that. What do you think?
digging in.
20-ish?
18-ish. It's slot fish.
Y'all's catfish here are pretty.
Oh,
You
so
hear
pretty,
me?
ain't they? Look.
I'll kiss that catfish. I
Oh,
wouldn't
here we
kiss
go.
mine at home.
All right.
How blue they are.
Look at that. Good job, Ash.
Hey, fish right there. Reel on that rod. Start cranking.
All right, here we go.
Keep cranking. Oh, yeah.
It's called the microphone luck.
That one flip you?
You call it
Yep.
beginners,
You
I
want
call it
the microphone?
microphone luck.
All right, back to this fish. We'll let that hang out for a second. We'll get this one. Here's your fish. Just don't let him get you with the pokey.
I want everybody to see how white this catfish is. That is nothing like in Mississippi. Just even the coloration of this catfish is so pretty. They're so clean here. Y'all got clean water.
Yeah, we got
Ours is
pretty
real muddy
clean
in
water.
Mississippi.
Wait, say that again for the Lake of the Ozarks haters.
See how pretty this catfish is? Like the coloration of it, and it's really, really, really clean. That's a clean fish. This must be some clean water. Y'all got some really pretty water
Take
here.
that, Table Rock.
Yeah.
For all you Ozarks haters, that is from somebody who has never been to the Lake of the Ozarks, fishes many lakes around the country, including the ocean. So what do you got now? But let's also hear from Jason so he can explain to you why the Lake of the Ozarks is such a great fishing lake.
Say that again about the Lake of the Ozarks and why it's a good fishery.
I believe it's a good fishery because of the amount of shad we have in the lake and the amount of plankton that the lake grows for the shad to eat. So it causes us to have a huge amount of blue cat, channel cat, crappie we have tons of crappie in these lakes. That was our second option today, was maybe a crappie trip, but I haven't been crappie fishing this lake. I've been up on Tree.
I'm actually thrilled that we did this. And
Yeah.
I think
it's fun. It's different, ain't it?
Yeah, and planer board fishing. We don't do that.
Planer board fishing, pulling baits for catfish. I mean, most people's never even heard of pulling bait through the water for catfish. Everybody thinks we're catfish, now we're going to go sit on a bank and anchor, and that's not how we do it.
And the catfish were so pretty. We haven't got the chance to see something with the coloration like you guys have because of the pristine water.
Yeah, because of our clearer waters, yeah. And in the winter, they're almost white.
Nice.
Yeah, and this time of year, they're going through spawn, so a lot of the fish will actually get real dark during spawn time. Channel cat almost go black during the spawn.
Wow.
And during the winter, because they go so deep, they really lighten up to almost pure white.
Wow.
I mean, it's real cool. You can just barely tell there's a gray tint to them sometimes. So.
Nice.
Well, you guys ready to get some of these fish out of live well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do this. The easiest way up in is step, and then just go over the side.
One step closer to the
Ashley, you
plate.
sure you're okay with handling a fish? I mean, I know you, only usually, do like
Monster fish.
12-foot gators.
Toss them in this bucket.
These catfish are still tricky because of their barb.
Yep. So I always grab them from the back. I fold the top fin down with my hand, and then right behind their side barbs, there's two squishy spots. Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
So I always grab them right here. Fold this down with, protect your hand here. Squeeze. You can see the squishy spots. Once you squeeze them, they're kind of paralyzed.
Okay. So come up
Yep.
like this.
Right there. Just and squeeze as hard as you can in those two squishy spots. That's it, right there.
Scoot that down here for me.
A little bit. Ashley's not used to having her hand down their throats.
Or not around their bodies, just down their throats, right?
I don't know how to grab their bodies like this.
But usually when you're doing what you do, you're going for way bigger fish than these two. These are what we consider Lake Ozark eaters. These are perfect eating size fish.
Yeah. These are definitely something that it's going to
You know, and if you're like me, catfish to me was always a disgusting fish. And then Jason turned me on
want
to
this thing
blue
poking
cat
me.
and how blue
You're
cat's
right, just
different.
just keep your hand in front of that one fin, he won't get you.
He's flipped.
Is this your first time fishing, Heather? Is that?
Very funny.
With big barbed fish anyway.
Yeah, this is a different deal.
The marlins are easier to handle.
Yeah. They just break your leg when they flip around in the
Yeah.
boat. There's one more behind your foot, up in that back corner.
I'm funny about damaging this hand. I got to reel with it. You know what I mean?
You're right,
So-
that's the precious one, right?
Remember, I've got an $11 million tournament coming up, so
touche.
I can't damage this hand. That's what I told her when we went snake grabbing. It was 1 week before Big Rock, and I was like, I hope I don't get snapped by a snake and then it starts getting infected.
Right.
You
What are you
know?
guys fishing for?
What, for the tournament?
For your tournament?
White marlin.
White marlin.
It's the White Marlin Open, so it'll be marlin.
Awesome.
It's a billfish tournament.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's kind
Where's
of cool.
that? Where's that based out of?
Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, up north then.
Yeah.
You gonna get
So-
some lobster while you're there?
Yeah, well, we
blue
do
crab.
that in the Maryland, the Maryland crabs.
Oh, the crabs,
They're
yeah.
amazing. So we were just in North Carolina, and that's Moorhead. That's where Big Rock is
Yep.
at. And then we'll go back, and then I'll do the Heels and Reels, which is the Lady Anglers tournament, right, and that kicks off the White Marlin Open.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
That's
now
awesome.
Ashley's actually on the hogfin team as well too. So
Awesome. Well, that'll
yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you want to slide me that bucket?
I don't know if I can bear any weight.
No,
now.
you're fine. That's what them shoes are for. Walking right through the live well. Thank you much.
So So give me back to the eating of these catfish and why this blue cat is different than the
Channel
other
cat.
species of cat. Channel and
Well, flathead's a lot like blue cat.
okay.
So your blue cat and flathead are a lot fresher fish because of what they eat. They eat dead and dying fish. And they'll eat live fish too, don't get me wrong, but they primarily eat dead and dying shad is really their primary food source.
Which is what gives the taste of the meat.
It's what makes their meat so fresh is that they're eating fish, I believe.
Instead
of
of
channel cat will eat nuts and berries and bugs and
Whatever.
grubs
Whatever
and
it can.
worms and whatever it can. Yep. And I'm not saying there's not other ways to eat or catch blue cat, but their primary source of food is always going to be shad or some kind of bait fish.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right, Jason, so this is common practice. You take people out, you catch all these fish, you clean them, they get to take this meat home. This is normal, right?
Fry it up every day.
That's a beautiful thing. How does somebody get booked with you if they want to go out with you like we were fortunate
There's
enough?
a couple different ways you can contact me. You can contact me through my Facebook at Smith's Fishing Adventures. You can contact me through my website at mofishingguide.com. And you can contact me by calling me at 573-268-4082.
Heather Smith and Ashley Deadeye Jones would endorse that message.
100%.
Definitely.
I had a blast.
Stay tuned for the next 2 videos on our YouTube channel, which will be the interviews with Heather Smith and Ashley Deadeye Jones. Both were amazingly entertaining and you will love them. And if you haven't booked a fishing excursion with Jason Smith with Smith's Fishing Adventures, what the hell are you waiting for?